Well, it was kind of an inhuman feat yesterday at Boyne Mountain. If you're a golfer at all and you hear that a 15-year-old shot 10 under par 62 on the Alpine course in the Tournament of Champions, no less, it's very depressing. Good morning. Tim Hygh is there where they're going to have the final round today. Henry Doe, who is this 15-year-old?
Well, you know, Henry Doe is a 15-year-old from Ann Arbor. He goes from Ypsilanti, but he goes to Ann Arbor Green Hill School. And you know Dave Kendall.
Yeah.
And Dave is one of the best teachers in the state of Michigan. And for the past 3 years, he's been telling us about this kid that he's been teaching. He was very close to him. He's also his godson. And he said, this kid is going to be special. Well, guess what? We now have a taste of the 5'4", 128-pound, 15-year-old Henry Doe, who shot a 62 and has a two-shot lead at the Tournament of Champions at Boyne Mountain.
Is that his lowest round ever? Did anybody ask him that?
It is the lowest round that he's ever shot, and it ties the course record that Michael Harris shot one year when you were up here, and Michael followed that up with a 65. Let's see what Henry can do today in the third and final round.
Well, he's got the hot lights of competition on him now, though, right? Because he's playing two very tough competitors.
Oh, yes. You're talking about people that play for a living that he'll be paired with in the final pairing. Allison Fouch, a 29-year-old LPGA Tour player from Grand Rapids, Michigan, and her dad, Jerry Fouch, who many people in the Grand Rapids area know as an athletic director, is on the bag with her as her caddy. And then Andy Matthews from Ada, Michigan, a Canadian Tour player who's played so well in Michigan this year. All three of those will be in the final round, or in the final pairing, and we'll see how Henry Doe can compete with such formidable foes.
Yeah, and he's got Doe's got to take on the foes, and he's got he's got Scott Hebert there chasing two within distance, and Stacy Olson from Grand Rapids, Thornapple Point, and his own teacher, right? Dave Kendall's in the tournament as well.
Absolutely, Dave was doing everything he could just to try to keep up with Henry, and he's just so proud of him. You know how Dave is; he's just so. Such a great guy, and he came in first to talk about Henry, and he was just had tears in his eyes talking about what a great job Henry did yesterday.
Hey, I'm looking at this leaderboard here. Bill Morey from Walnut Hills at 142 is having himself a pretty good tournament.
Oh yeah, Bill's playing well.
He's beaten Dan Olson by a shot. It's pretty darn good.
Dan Olson, who won the very first tournament here, came in afterwards and just shook his head at the feat of what Henry Doe could do. So we've got some good Lansing representation. And as we said from the beginning of the week, this might be a West Side story because of all the strong players from the Grand Rapids area that are here.
Yeah, we've got, obviously, players from all over the state, from all of our listening areas in Saginaw, Traverse City, and it's all happening at Boyne Country. I can't wait to get the final word from you tomorrow morning. People can go where to follow Henry Doe online today?
Michigan.pga.com.
Or they can go in person to Boyne Mountain to the Alpine course. No charge at the Tournament of Champions, and we'll have the results tomorrow morning.